There's an entrepreneur I'm working with right now. She's built a great company and makes a lot of money. But we talked about something recently that changed her entire perspective. I said, your name can be bigger than your business, and that should be the goal. In this video, I'm going to show you the 6 steps I've used to build a personal brand, one that people will remember, connect with, and will buy from, even if you don't have a product or even know what your offering is right now. Now, I'm not new to branding, but I was late to the game when it came to personal branding. Looking back, I wish I'd started earlier than 2.5 years ago. If I had, I'd be much further ahead right now. And here's what's crazy. I had advance notice. I saw this video back in 2015 where the speaker said, in 10 years, personal brands will be just as powerful as company brands. And now that we're here, that prediction has come true. In fact, in many industries, personal brands are bigger than the companies themselves. When I shifted this channel's focus from vocational education to the real-world me, something clicked. I went from 1,000 to over 100,000 subscribers in just 8 months. So here's the reality for today's entrepreneur. A personal brand is something you should create. It's a force and an advantage for those who want to build something meaningful that not only empowers you, but stays ahead of all of the AI overload and noise in the marketplace. Now, a personal brand isn't about flexing or trying to get famous. It's about designing and then promoting something that works for you and with you. A brand that compounds in value and creates a powerful future momentum. And exactly like creating a life plan, a personal brand is a process that forces you to evolve and continually become a better version of yourself. And it all starts with a framework. So get your pen and note card and let's get started. Number 1, articulate your identity. Before you build a brand, you need to define what makes you, well, you. Not your title, not your resume, not your responsibilities or the industry you work in, but your unique value. Ask yourself, what do I want to be known for? What makes me different from others in my space? What do people say they admire about me? And what have I experienced that others have not? When you answer these honestly and lean into them, you create an identity people can connect with. And your personal brand doesn't need to sound like anyone else's, look like anyone else's, and you don't have to dress like anyone else. In fact, the more you are, the more magnetic your brand becomes and attracts the kind of people you actually want to work with. Your brand can become something you are proud owning. Number 2, define your clear core values. This is your North Star. Forget what's trending or what your friends think you should do. Core values become the guiding light of what you want your brand to look and feel like. As in, what do you believe in? What do you stand for? What are your motivations, passions, and non-negotiables? See, a strong personal brand is always rooted in clarity, because when you define your core values, things happen. You attract the right people. You repel the wrong ones. You stay grounded as your audience grows, and your messaging stays on point. Your values should be integrated into your content, your messaging, and every one of your brand decisions. This isn't something to skip over or take lightly. These are your principles, your purpose, your vision, the alignment of everything you believe, and it works as your compass and will guide you moving forward. Number 3, know and understand your audience. Many entrepreneurs struggle here. They might think their personal brand is for everyone. But as my old boss, Mr. Mosier, used to say, if you speak to everyone, you resonate with no one. So ask yourself, what do they want? What are they struggling with? What outcomes are they pursuing? What's keeping them up at night? The clearer you are about your audience, the easier it becomes to serve them. And don't assume or guess what it is they want. Ask them. I did this last year, and based on the responses, it changed the entire focus of this YouTube channel. Although a personal brand is always in some form of evolution, you need to learn how people will attach to you, connect with you, how they will come to trust you, and how you will be able to give them the solutions that they are seeking. Number 4, create the roadmap. Now that you have your identity, core values and understand your audience, it's time to document the plan that will bring it all together. Your written roadmap should answer: what platforms will I be on? What will my tone and voice sound like? What colors, fonts, images, and vibe represent me? Will I be polished and professional, or raw and relatable? What's the impression I want people to leave with? The roadmap will also define the categories you'll focus on and what angles you'll take. For example, with me, it's entrepreneurship, business growth, and success strategies. And these aren't just big words. They reflect what I live every single day of my life. It's what I think about, the people I serve, and what gives me a high level of fulfillment. And that's the key. A roadmap defines your direction and consistency across every touch point, from your YouTube banner to your LinkedIn header, from your Instagram reel to your email newsletter. See, your brand should feel like a signature, recognizable, intentional, and aligned. It should be a consistent identity that your audience will remember and instantly recognize. Number 5, tell your story and build trust. This is where your brand becomes human. People don't follow fancy fonts and headshots. They follow people they trust and can relate to. So tell your story, share the wins, talk about the losses and missed opportunities. Give people a reason to root for you and show them that you have things in common. And here's a tip. Vulnerability is the shortcut to connection. My most watched content is when I'm being vulnerable. See, your audience wants to feel something, so let them in. Why do you do what you do? What drives or motivates you? What lessons have you learned, both the good and bad? The more authentic your stories, the stronger your brand becomes, and people learn to trust you. And when you have trust, people will come back to you again and again. So, decide how you will position yourself and what stories your audience most wants to hear. Once people trust you, they will invest in you. Step 6. Content is the engine. Your content is a big part of your brand. It's not just marketing, it's your reputation being multiplied at scale. Think of your brand like a luxury sedan. If identity is the design and core values are the steering wheel, the content is the premium gasoline for the engine. In our modern world, content is the lifeblood of a personal brand. The power and reach of social platforms is too large to ignore, and in most cases, it costs nothing other than your time. So what should you post? Well, whatever aligns with your roadmap and you can stay consistent with. Maybe start small, 2 to 3 posts a week until you get some traction. And where should you post? I'd say whatever platforms you engage with anyway. Personally, I focus on YouTube because I love long-form educational content, but you might do something else. Anyway, pick the top platforms where your audience lives, then build a content system. For me, I use an Airtable board on my phone. Every time I get an idea, I drop it in there. Later, I review, refine, and create a script if I still like the idea. Once I have a concept, I'll calendar it out and post it. And the best part is that content compounds. It gets easier with practice, it gets better with time, and by doing it, you understand your audience. There is no one-size-fits-all here. My advice is choose your content platforms that most appeal to your brand's audience, then build content around your identity, core values, and roadmap. Now, I realize that building a personal brand takes effort, but I can tell you it's one of the best investments you can make in yourself. And you don't need to be fake or something that you're not. You just need to be consistent, authentic, and intentional. So let's get started. Take your notes and start working on your personal brand. And one more thing, if you're serious about this, then think about what tools, technology, and support you should invest in. Maybe it's a Canva Pro account, a new website, a better camera, or someone who can edit your videos. Always be thinking about how you can level up your game. As always, congratulations if you've made it this far. You have what it takes to be successful. I want you to take the next step and start building your personal brand today. It's one of the greatest ways to influence others and build a better future. If you know someone who needs to hear this message, please share the video, and I recommend you watch this one next.